Plus, women's empowerment gets a boost as FCT NCWS unveils new center. Many thanks for joining us on the news at 1. I am Sandra Akemi. Let's begin with our security reports. Nigeria has again dismissed allegations of Christian persecution in the country, restating that the nation's security agencies remain committed to tackling insecurity in the country. Chief of Defense Staff General Olufemi Oluyede said this after a closed-door meeting of all heads of security agencies in the country. Tessie Omiri reports.
Nigeria's top security men in a closed-door session, a general appraisal committee meeting with one key agenda on the table: dislodge the stubborn weed of insecurity giving the nation a bad name and leaving the door open for different narratives inconsistent with the situation on ground. A new and corrosive twist is the religious coloration being given to this protracted confrontation with outlaws. The National Security Advisor Nuhu Ribadu hosted the meeting with all heads of security agencies in the country in attendance. In a chat with newsmen shortly after the meeting, Chief of Defense Staff General Olufemi Oluyede stated that though Nigeria is facing security challenges, especially terrorism, insurgency and banditry, the Hydra-headed challenge is not targeted at any particular religion.
But I want to make it categorically clear here that no Christian is being persecuted in Nigeria. You know very well that terrorism is a global issue, it's a global problem. There are several countries that are challenged in that respect. And it calls for collective effort.
He assured all Nigerians and the international community that the current security leadership is committed to tackling insecurity in the country.
And you will recall recently, that's just last week, the President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, recalibrated the security architecture by bringing on board officers of proven integrity who are seasoned in asymmetric warfare to add impetus to our operations. I want to assure Nigerians going forward that we're going to add more to what we're doing, add more impetus to our operations, and ensure that we checkmate this act of terrorism within Nigeria.
General Oluyede welcomed support from any country to defeat terrorism and insurgency in the country. From the Office of the National Security Advisor, Tessie Omiri, NTA News.
And the Executive Secretary of the Nigerian Christian Pilgrim Commission, Bishop Stephen Adegbite, says that Christian leaders are working closely with their Muslim counterparts under the Nigeria Interreligious Council in fostering peace and mutual understanding amongst Nigerians. Bishop Adegbite, while reacting to the recent remark by the U.S. President Donald Trump that Christian genocide is taking place in Nigeria and that the United States may take military action, he notes that both faiths have been victims of the insurgents in the past years.
Terrorism and criminality. Nigeria's religious leaders stand united against violence.
Moving on, the First Lady of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, has applauded the FCT chapter of the National Council for Women's Societies for its remarkable efforts in advancing women's empowerment and development. Her commendation came during the official commissioning of the newly built FCT NCWS Center in Abuja. Howard Gimba was there and now reports.
It was a colorful gathering in Abuja as women from the 6 area councils converged for the official commissioning of the new FCT NCWS office, a long-awaited dream for many women advocates. The newly facility, designed for empowerment programs, skills training, and leadership initiatives, will serve as a hub for nurturing the potential of women and girls across the FCT. Representing the First Lady, wife of the Deputy Senate President, Binta Barrow, described the project as a reflection of the renewed hope agenda, one that recognizes women as pillars of national growth and agents of change.
FCT chapter of the NCWS has set an exemplary standard for what can be achieved through hard work.
Minister of State for the FCT, Dr. Maria Mahmood, applauded the Council's leadership for advancing women's empowerment through education, entrepreneurship, and inclusion, urging them to sustain the momentum.
The NCWS FCT chapter has, through this project, demonstrated true leadership and commitment to the advancement of women.
Your contributions, whether through financial support, advocacy, or hands-on involvement, are invaluable.
We are here to celebrate impact. The impact of Her Excellency is one that has become a model of impact for all women.
Your presence is a beacon of hope and a clear testament to our unwavering commitment to the welfare and empowerment of Nigerian women.
This milestone represents a significant achievement in our collective pursuit of empowering women and promoting gender equality.
FCT is a home to all, and everybody should come and showcase things that are positive.
For FCT women, the commissioning marks more than a new office. It is a new beginning, a space where ideas will flourish, voices will be heard, and future leaders will emerge. Hawagimba, NTA News.
On health, the federal government has called on the Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors to resume work after some of their demands have been met, others under review. The Minister of State for Health and Social Welfare, Dr. Isaac Adekunle Salako, said this at a ministerial briefing on the ongoing strike by the body. Haman Jabani reports.
The Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors commenced an indefinite nationwide strike on the 1st of November 2025 following the association's recent agitation over welfare and professional concern. Minister of State for Health and Social Welfare, Dr. Isaac Adekunle Salako, says discussions are progressing in all points raised by the health union, including specialized and other allowances, salary relativity, appointment of consultant cadre in the hospitals, and other welfare-related issues. He noted that while collective bargaining is ongoing, none of the unions is expected to embark on any industrial action which is part of the agreement.
We have not been sitting idle, contrary to some of the informations that is being pushed out. We have been addressing these issues one by one, and some of them we have been able to find solutions or a pathway to get a solution to them. Our appeal is for the resident doctors to go back to work. The CBA is ongoing. Like I said, one of the key conditions of the CBA is that while it is ongoing, there should not be an industrial dispute. We would like the resident doctors to respect this condition and also respect the efforts that the ministry is making by going back to work.
We urge the public to understand with us, and if you have any emergency, still come around because we'll be there to receive and attend to them.
The minister also emphasized that every policy, investment and strategy being implemented under the Nigerian Health Sector Renewal Investment Initiative is anchored on their well-being, motivation and professional fulfillment. Hamad Jabani, NTA News.
Nutritionists and dietitians have been tasked to uphold high technical standard in the discharge of their professional callings for general health and disease management. That was the standpoint of stakeholders during the fourth induction of students of the Department of Nutrition and Dietetics, Nasarawa State College of Health Science and Technology, KEFI. Christy Ayagwa has details.
Of the Medical Laboratory Science Council of Nigeria. So help me God.
Paul Bako Oga emerged the overall best graduating student of the Department of Medical Laboratory Science, Nasarawa State College of Health Science and Technology, with a cumulative grade point average of 4.63.
It wasn't easy though, it was very, very hard for me. There are obstacles on the way, but God in His mercy saw me through.
Commissioner of Health Nasarawa State represented urged the 152 inductees to be committed to their professional calling as their line of duty requires utmost concentration.
We are proud and we are happy and we continue to support institutions like this.
What they do in the lab, it leads to actually accurate diagnosis. So I want them to be very serious, very committed when they are out there to work.
In their practice, they should ensure they abide by rule and regulation guiding the profession of medical laboratory science.
The inductees were full of excitement for the achievement.
I want to appreciate God for making me to be in this field, and I pray so that God will take control of the certificate.
The journey was not easy, but we give glory to God.
What I expect Nigeria to do for me to offer a job to all the graduates of medical lab science and technology.
Nasarawa State College of Health Science KEFI has done their bit by instilling knowledge and discipline into these graduates. What is left is for them to gain employment in order to serve humanity with dignity. From KEFI, Nguse PV, NTA News.
The Capital Church, founded by Dr. Victor Ogbija, has inaugurated its new worship center in Mabushi, Abuja, with a call for moral renewal and purposeful service among Nigerians, as Abe Williams reports.
It was a moment of joy and celebration as worshippers, friends and well-wishers gathered to witness the inauguration of the Capital Church in Mabushi, Abuja. Guest minister at the event, Reverend Omar Pella, urged Christians to remain steadfast in faith and to contribute to the national development through godly living and sacrifice to others.
When an individual receives Jesus, he receives the right life of God. And living that right life of God, you'll find that, a lot of things, like people will say that maybe corruption and all of that, will leave the individual.
For the president and founder, Dr. Victor Ogbija, the vision of the church is to raise a people of excellence, integrity, and impact who will serve God and humanity with purpose.
We are a governmental church. We raise leaders, people who are kingdom-minded and kingdom-expressive, reforming society through the excellence of their lives and the projects that they do carry out in their various fields of influence.
It's been an amazing section from all the speakers that have been participating in this event, and the inauguration so far is a sign that God's grace and God's presence are comes to rest here, and it's from Abuja to the nation.
Members say the new facility will serve as a home of hope and spiritual growth for residents of the Federal Capital Territory and beyond.
It's a church that is unique in that it is founded on the dual mandate of Jesus Christ.
The angle of this church, because they have other branches of the church, but this one called the Capital Church has been set up as an aspect that will be involved in nation building, that will teach Christians the value of being relevant.
Highlights of the event include the unveiling of the name and a book launch. With its door now open, the Capital Church Mabushi seeks to stand as a beacon of faith and transformation in the heart of the nation's capital. In Abuja, Asabe Williams, NTA News.
You are watching the news at 1 p.m. We'll be back after this break.
Good evening, glad to have you join us.
Thanks for joining us on Weekly News Wrap.
Thank you very much for having me. And it is on that note we welcome you to today's edition of the program.
I will celebrate creativity, lasting impressions.
There's no book stating that this is the role for men.
the news.
On the news at 7.
Unity Station NTA Channel 5, Abuja. Would say have a lovely day.
Many thanks for staying tuned. The National Civil Society Council of Nigeria has urged aggrieved staff of the Nigerian Communications Commission to remain calm over allegations of irregularities in the 2025 promotion exercise. The council says its independent findings show that the process complied with public service rules with no evidence of victimization or bias. Executive Director Blessing Akinsholotu stated this at a press briefing in Abuja while addressing petitions raised by some NCC staff. Onoto Yakobo reports.
Only one. The council said its investigation followed multiple petitions from staff of the commission alleging breaches of fairness and public service rules. Executive Director Blessing Akinlosotu, who presented the findings, explained that the independent inquiry showed the exercise complied with public service provisions, with fair representation across geopolitical zones and the Federal Character Commission.
Specifically, allegations were made over promotion from assistant director to deputy director, claiming 24 staff members were qualified, but only 9 were promoted. We find out that no law were broken during the exercise. Instead, the promotion process followed clear and objective scoring framework, which was communicated to all participants ahead of the examination.
The report confirmed that all eligible staff took part in the exercise and that some who passed were not promoted due to limited vacancies, not deliberate exclusion. It also noted that while no law was violated, minor logistical issues occurred, which the Commission's Human Capital Development had apologized.
The Council can authoritatively attest to impressive performance of the current leadership of the NCC under the visionary watch of the Executive Vice Chairman, Aminu Maida, who has achieved major milestones in accountability and transparency of service provider to consumer, while laying very solid foundation for innovative regulation and enhanced technology telecommunication industry in Nigeria.
While acknowledging the need for administrative improvements, the council urged restraint among staff and civil society groups and appealed to the media to avoid sensationalization. It also advised NCC management to promote reconciliation and ensure no staff is penalized over the controversy. In Abuja, Onoto Yakubu, NTA News.
In a world where literature shapes minds and stories shape the future, young writers across Nigeria were celebrated for their creativity and courage to dream. The 2025 Young Adult Literature Prize and Award ceremony and the public presentation of the 2024 YAP anthology brought together authors, educators, and literary icons to honor excellence in storytelling. Our correspondent, Hawa Gimba, reports.
From imagination to inspiration, the T.Y. Buratai Literary Initiative continues to bridge education, creativity, and national development. In Nigerians' growing literary space, young voices are shining brighter than ever. The 2025 Young Adult Literary Prize and Awards ceremony and presentation of the 2024 YALP anthology celebrated creativity and storytelling among young Nigerians, bringing together authors, educators, and visionaries with one goal: to inspire the next generation of writers and readers. The vision of retired General Tukur Yusuf Buratai has gone beyond the military into the classroom, promoting patriotism, peace, and unity through storytelling.
Identify the need to create a dedicated platform that encourages our young adults to read, to write, and to think critically about their society, to harness literature as a powerful instrument for reflection and positive change.
Chairman of the occasion, retired General Azubike Iyejirika, described the awards as an investment in national development, stressing that nurturing literacy is key to Nigerians' future.
Initiatives like the Young Adults Literature Prize are the very bedrock upon which the educational and moral advancement we seek for Nigeria must be built. I have no doubt that it will add to platforms where young writers can showcase their creativity.
Chairperson of the initiative, Dr. Mrs. Lizzie Ben Ihenacho, said 106 participants took part in the 2024 competition, with 6 outstanding writers emerging from Nigeria's 6 geopolitical zones.
Our readers emerge through a selection process that makes them represent each of the 6 geopolitical zones of the country. Our 6 winners for the 6 geopolitical zones this year are Sarah Yusuf, representing the Southwest.
I'm a writer and a literature enthusiast, but it's one thing to be writing and maybe even getting awards. It's another thing to be behind the process that goes on behind judging a literary contest.
The grand winner, Andor Goyo, an Abuja-based teacher of English and French from Benue State, goes home with 1.5 million naira, while others got 500,000 naira each.
Thank you, I'm grateful. Thank you for bringing this opportunity to young writers. This is an encouragement. Now I feel like I should go. I'm going to put out something again, because
the 2025 YALP event marked another milestone for the T.Y. Buratai Literacy Initiative, reaffirming storytelling as a tool for transformation and youth empowerment. Hawagimba, NTA News.
In life's most challenging moments, gratitude often takes on a deeper meaning. After surviving a near-fatal motor accident, one man chose to express his thanksgiving in a remarkable way by marking his birthday with orphans. Hawagimba again brings us the story of survival, gratitude, and the joy of giving.
Life is a gift, and sometimes it takes a brush with death to realize its true value. For Dr. Idris Yahya Atta, October 16, 2025 was the day God gave him a second chance after surviving a ghastly motor accident. Instead of celebrating lavishly, Dr. Idris chose gratitude through service. He visited the FCT Unity Children's Home in Gwako, Gwagwalada, sharing his thanksgiving with children whose smiles reflect courage and hope. With gifts of food, clothing, and toys, he turned survival into service, showing that true appreciation is best expressed in kindness.
The idea is about touching life. From the name, family first. Each and every one of us here came from a family, either nuclear family or extended family. So when the family is in order, the nation will be in order.
The children, in reflection, Dr. Idris said his escape reminded him that every day is borrowed time, and the best way to thank God is by giving back. The visit also inspired the Family First Care initiative, which Dr. Idris says will build family, trust, and compassion across generations. Hawagimba, NTA News.
Next is Sports Brief.
Matchday 11 of the Nigerian Premier Football League kicked off with a stunning 3-1 victory for Kwara United over defending champions Remo Stars in Ilorin, while Benden Insurance and Warri Wolves were involved in a 1-1 draw. Niger Tornadoes lost at home to Abia Warriors by 2-1, a win that has propelled the Warriors to the top of the table after Nasarawa United lost to Rivers United by a lone goal in Port Harcourt. Kano Pillars continued their abysmal start to the season after they suffered another defeat at the hands of Eyimba in Aba. Moving on to continental football, the draws for the group stage of both CAF competitions were concluded, with Nigeria's lone contingent, Rivers United, drawn into Group A of the competition, where they are to face former champions RS Berkane and Pyramids FC and Zambian club Power Dynamos in the CAF Champions League. Nigeria has no participant in the CAF Confederations Cup. Moving on to Europe, Matchday 4 of the UEFA Champions League kicks off today with blockbuster matches such as Liverpool vs Real Madrid, while Paris have a date with Slavia Prague, while Juventus lock horns with Sporting Lisbon, amongst a host of other mouth-watering fixtures. For Sports Brief, Shamsuddin Usman.